Hi everyone, it's Dr. David Gabriel, naturopathic doctor and registered acupuncturist, and today I want to talk to you about the pharmaceutical treadmill and why you should avoid it if you can. But first, a story about my father. So my father, going into his mid-60s, was relatively healthy, not taking any prescription drugs, no diagnosed diseases. Went for a checkup with his doctor, and his doctor said, not to be alarmed, but your blood pressure is slightly high, nothing to worry about. I have a medication for you. It's a low dose. It's very mild medication, and I take it myself. That's what the doctor said, and not to worry about it. So my father was sold by that, and he took his prescription, went home, and he told me about it. And my initial reaction to that was something along the lines of, well, if it's true that your blood pressure is elevated, then it must be the case that there's something going on with your health and or your lifestyle and habits that's driving your blood pressure up. And if that's true, that means that the blood pressure itself is not the problem. It's the result of the problem. The problem being the underlying factors and elements that's driving your blood pressure up. So if that's the case, wouldn't it be better, rather than taking a man-made chemical to artificially suppress your blood pressure, wouldn't it be so much better to try and identify those elements that's driving your blood pressure up and fix them? Maybe you don't have to take any drugs at all. And on top of that, you get to enjoy the side benefits of just being healthier. Now, my father didn't go for my argument, and he took the medication as prescribed, and it worked for about a year. After that, he went on a series of escalations. And this is kind of what I mean by the pharmaceutical treadmill. First, the drug that he was prescribed, after about a year, wasn't quite doing the job, so the dose had to be doubled. After that, they had to add a second drug to do the job of just the first one, then a third drug, and then a fourth drug. Long story short, now he has one of those blister pack booklets of a whole bunch of pills, 7 or 8 different pharmaceutical drugs. And he's not too enthusiastic about it, and I don't blame him. So what is the pharmaceutical treadmill? Now, it's not an actual medical term or anything like that. It's slang. But what it means, or what it refers to, is the phenomenon of being prescribed a medication and then having that medication subsequently lead to more medication. For example, and I see this a lot, someone's prescribed a medication for whatever problem, and that medication might be associated with a few side effects. But over time, those side effects get so bad that other medications need to be prescribed to deal with the side effects of the original medication, and so on and so forth. It's actually not a great strategy for your long-term health. So I don't want anyone to misunderstand. I'm not saying you shouldn't take pharmaceutical drugs. I'm not saying that. You should always take your drugs as prescribed. No. What I'm saying is, if you find yourself in the position where you go see your doctor for a checkup and they say, hey, you know what? It's nothing to worry about, but your cholesterol is a little elevated. Or your blood sugar is a little higher than it should be. Or like my father, your blood pressure is raised. Use that as a golden window of opportunity to change your life, to change the direction of your health. Right? Don't be dismayed by that news. You should feel like, okay, this is my chance. This is my opportunity to fix things. Right? And what I suggest is you say, talk to your doctor and say, listen, I understand that you want me to take that drug because my X is too high or too low or whatever it is. How do you feel about giving me 3 months to try and get that number under control, or that problem under control? And if I can't do it, then I'll take the drug. That's what I'm suggesting. And the reason is because it's so much better to take an active role in your health than be passive. Don't be in the driver's seat. Don't be a passenger of your own life. And this goes back to my father's story. Because when my father's doctor told him to not worry, to just take this pill, the underlying message he was telling him was basically this: you don't have to do anything, just take this pill. And that's a counterproductive message to give someone with a medical problem. So take control. Be an active participant in your health. And when you get to that, if you have that opportunity, the one that I'm talking about, and you feel overwhelmed, like you don't know what to do, don't fret. This is why we have naturopathic doctors. That's why we're here. This is what we do, and we're very good at it. That's all I want to talk about. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day. Thank you.